I'm Steve Healy,
And I'm Steve Westerman.
and we work for Aging Well.
We do work for Aging Well.
We certainly do, which is formerly Senior Services, located at the Woonsocket Senior Center. And once again, we're back again to do a little bit of a demonstration of some of our little favorite meals, huh?
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah, we're
This
back.
is week
Isn't that
three.
amazing?
We're back.
So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a baked egg. I'm going to do two different types. And Steve, what are you going to do today?
I'm going to do buffalo chicken dip. It's a great thing to use with your leftover rotisserie chicken or leftover grilled chicken.
That's terrific. Okay. So what we're going to do is, if you have non-stick muffin tins, what we do is we line the inside of each one with some prosciutto. If you don't know if yours are non-stick or not, you can always use a little bit of the non-stick spray, the Pam or whatever. And what I do is, prosciutto is a little delicate, and you know me, I'm not delicate at all. So, this could also be used with, it's basically a cured ham, but a Serrano ham, and they come in packages such as this if you don't get them right from your deli counter and slice it right away. And so today, with the magic of the camera, I'm going to show you what I do. The original recipe, when I started this, I was supposed to put everything together, and it came out all right, but I decided to add a little trick to it. And what I do is, I put this in the oven for just about 3 minutes, so that the prosciutto, or the Serrano ham, kind of forms a little bit in there, and then everything else seems to go in there just nicely. So, as you can see, this is fairly easy to do. Steve, could you open up this one for me, please?
Sure. So prosciutto tends to be pretty expensive, right, for a lot of this?
Yeah, so the Serrano hams are nice. But you know, this is, Steve, you look for scissors, you're not going to find them in there.
I'll use a knife.
So you can use it right over here, the corner though. It's here, I'll show you.
I was looking. Yeah.
I'll show you. This is what we do.
I'm looking for it right there.
That's the corner right there. Yep.
I got it now.
You got it then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So can you use like Canadian bacon? Can you use other stuff?
Well,
that's-
some of those, see, these are cured ham,
Yeah.
so there's not a lot of moisture to them, but the Canadian bacons have a lot of moisture to them.
Okay.
Bacon has a lot of moisture to
And
them.
that's why
And that's kind of why this kind of works out.
okay.
This also happens to be a keto recipe, if anybody's interested,
The
Um,
keto diet.
for a
thing?
keto diet. We did have it here at work as a test run, and they wanted to have nice bread with it, and I said, well, that doesn't make it keto anymore. So, but you can do whatever you'd like. The nice thing about this is, these can be made, and they don't take long once you have everything all together. And, you know, you can, the ones you have left over, they can go in the refrigerator, and you can nuke them for just a couple minutes, and they come out just wonderfully. So I'm gonna get my last piece of prosciutto in there. I'm gonna pop them in the oven at 350 for about 3 minutes. And then we'll end up doing the rest of it. Excuse me, Steve.
Sure.
While I'm waiting for that to go, I'm gonna take 6 eggs and scramble them. Now, the thing is that it all goes according to what your taste is, but the prosciutto is kind of a salty ham anyway.
Right.
So you be a little, so for seasoning you might want to hold off on that.
But so you use the prosciutto for the flavor. So if you were to use
And it also makes it like a cup inside.
Oh.
So
Okay.
when it's all done, you have
Oh,
like,
yeah, it does. But if you were concerned about your salt intake, so then you could use a low sodium horsehead ham.
yeah, but what I'm saying to you is that
That will hold it together.
it doesn't hold it quite as well.
Right. But you do have options.
You
though,
do have,
as far
oh,
as-
absolutely, you do have options.
Because some of us folks do have to watch our sodium intake.
We do. These are kind of nice for brunch. And as I say, if you can't eat 12 of them, or you're making it out of the one that's got 6, they refrigerate very well for a few days in an airtight container, and then put them in the refrigerator.
Right.
But they're actually kind of good. So the next thing I'm going to do when they come out, I'm going to put some spinach, a little bit of cheese, and the eggs. We've got the prosciutto that came out of the oven. Make sure you have your hot thing right there, because that will burn. Now what I'm doing with this is I'm putting in the egg, but I didn't want to do that first now, did I? I'm getting ahead of myself. Well, one won't have spinach. I'm going to put a little bit of spinach inside of each one. And this is all ready to go, all pre-washed and ready to go.
Yeah, it's so much easier.
Yes, it is. And just a couple pieces of spinach in each one. And if you don't care for spinach, the baby spinach, you don't have to put it in there. Now, I just happen to get some cheese.
What kind of cheese?
I got a mixture. You know, Steve, you know me. I went into the store and I said, this one's on sale.
Okay.
And that's what I got. Because we all know cheese is good.
What store did you go to?
I was at Shaw's.
Oh, you go to shows a lot.
Well, it's convenient on my way home from here.
We're promoting shows a lot on this show.
Well, why did you ask me what store I went to? You're the one that's promoting it.
There's not a Shaw's near where I live.
Well,
No.
the reason I went there, and also it was convenient.
No.
You know, yesterday was when the tropical storm passed through.
All right.
And I wanted to make sure that I was home and settled.
I don't blame you. But you made it. You're here.
I did. I certainly
You're
did.
safe.
I marked safe, yes. So we're gonna have one plain one. And we'll put a little bit of cheese just on the top. That won't hurt anything, will it now? And they fit nicely in there. And they are tasty. We did try out this recipe with the rest of the staff.
I'm sure they love it when you do your recipes. They get to try out all these different things.
Yes. They do have their ideas too, so.
You know, it's good to get feedback.
Yes, it sure is.
As long as it's positive.
You know, I always say if someone's going to cook for me, I really, you know, I'm happy. The reason I put this in here is a little easier to pour in there.
That's a good idea.
And if I do it correctly,
It won't overflow into the others.
well, no, I'll have enough for each one.
Oh.
So I might have a little extra. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to
Not pour it on my head.
never.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to put these in the oven for about 11 to 13 minutes, depending on your oven.
Okay. I'm Steve Westerman again, and I told you I was going to make buffalo chicken dip today, okay? So this is an easy recipe to use with leftover rotisserie chicken or grilled chicken. And my wife and I were grilling chicken yesterday and the day before the storm, so I made buffalo chicken on the grill. Again, you don't have to use a grill. You can do it in the oven. You can do it if you have one of those fryolators, the new thing, or even on the stovetop, because you just want to cook your chicken and you want to add a little of this Frank's buffalo sauce I used, or any kind of red hot sauce. Just a little. Start with a little, because if you use too much and it's too hot, nobody will eat it. So just a little of that, you grill it. Then what you're gonna do is, in order to get it chopped up nice and fine, there are so many ways you can chop it rather than by hand. First I cut up the chicken by hand, but Steve said he has an electric chopper that works really well, and I'm sure a lot of you have that. But I just wanted to promote a really good item here that I use all the time. This is the Pampered Chef chopper. So anybody you know that deals in Pamper Chef, just tell them you want one of these choppers. They're terrific. And it makes a lot of noise and it's aggravating, but it works really quick and it's very effective. So I cut up the chicken into small pieces over here on my cutting board, and then I chop it up using a chopper, and I get it nice and fine. So I want to get the chicken pretty fine, okay? And then what I'll do after I get the chicken in there is then I'm gonna do my celery, okay? So I buy the celery, I cut off the ends, I wash it, and then I get the stalks of celery on the cutting board. And again, using the chopper, I'm gonna chop up the celery really fine, okay? And a lot of water in celery, which is really good. And then we're gonna mix in the celery with the chicken. There's not a lot of ingredients at all in this, so it's really easy. It's a very easy appetizer to bring to a party on the weekend. Again, the only thing I caution you on is the hot sauce. Okay, so after we get the chicken and the celery, then we're gonna add cream cheese. Now, we like to talk about healthy cooking and healthy eating sometimes on this show. And so what I try to do, and some people don't agree with me, but I try to get the light. So this is, 1/3 less fat. It's a Philadelphia brand, but the generic brands have lower fat too. So it's just, usually when they take out the fat, they add something else. So I can't promise you it's totally healthy, but we're trying anyway. How's that? So then I put in my cream cheese. Okay. Now this is just gonna go in the microwave later. So I put in the cream cheese and then blue cheese. Again, this is a main ingredient is the blue cheese. I got the Ken's light blue cheese. You can get light, you can get regular. I was gonna get it and I wasn't sure how you would feel about it as an audience, but there's new dressings out that are made with yogurt that are in the refrigerated part of the produce section, and it was only 35 calories. I was gonna try it, I haven't tried it yet, but this is my old standby is Ken's. But 35 calories versus this is 80. So, and so you use probably about, I did already shake this stuff good, but you're gonna use about a half a cup, start out there, and then you can just season it according to taste. But again, the Ken's is good because it has chunks of blue cheese in it, which if you're gonna do a dressing called blue cheese, you wanna at least know and see some of the blue cheese in it. So there we go, half a cup of that in there with the cream cheese. That's pretty easy, right? And now, the last thing is your hot sauce. And again, depending on how hot you like it, I would start out with a tablespoon, okay? I know it's probably gonna take 2 for this amount, I used a pie plate, if you can see that right here. So, I'm gonna use a tablespoon. A lot of people said they don't like hot, and I'll add more after. Now what I've got to do is the same as Steve. I don't have to bake it, I just have to microwave it. So I'm going to put this in the microwave. So again, the 5 ingredients are the chicken chopped up really fine, the celery chopped up, okay? Then the blue cheese, start with a half a cup. You can do less or more depending how much you want. And the cream cheese, don't forget the cream cheese. So I used about a half of a package, so this is 8 ounces, I believe. So, yeah, half of this. And then I only used a tablespoon of the hot sauce, but you might want to use more to spice it up, totally up to you. Then you're just gonna mix it around the best you can here, and I'm gonna put it in the microwave. I'm gonna put paper towel over it so it doesn't splash around, and I cook it for 2 to 3 minutes, not too long at all. And then you just whisk it up, and then I'm gonna put it in the presentation plate, and we're gonna serve it with celery and chips. Okay, so I'm not used to this microwave. Like I said, 2 to 3 minutes. Steve said start out slow, so I did 1.5 minutes. It's gonna need longer. And of course, at home I use a casserole dish with the cover, but I forgot it. So I'm improvising, and I took Steve's dish by mistake, and I am gonna have to put it back in, but you're just gonna blend it in all together. And then you wanna taste it. So somebody wants to taste it to say it's too hot, not too hot. Okay? So if you give me another couple couple minutes, I'll have this ready for you. Okay, so I heated it for about 2.5 minutes. It's softened the cream cheese and the blue cheese. Then it's just stirring it up and trying not to make a mess of where Steve's gonna be working over there too much. Again, as you can see, if you notice, there's not a lot of red. So I almost know that I have to use, if it's gonna be a buffalo chicken dip, that I have to use another tablespoon of red hot sauce, so I will. And those people that don't like hot or buffalo are not gonna eat this, and I understand. Where's Penny when you need her, right? Doesn't Penny like hot?
She does.
She
She likes
does.
mayonnaise too.
And she likes mayonnaise too, but there's no mayonnaise in this. There's cream cheese and blue cheese. Is there mayonnaise and blue cheese, do you think? Dressing? It might.
No.
Nah.
I don't think so.
No. So this is pretty good.
Heavy cream,
Heavy cream?
probably.
So then, it's as simple, believe it or not. Now here's my dish. I'm sure you guys all have crazy dishes like this at home when you go to parties and you try to do the presentation thing. Okay, so you whip it up here. It's a little hot, but whip it up here. Looks good. Then I'm gonna put it in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. How's that? We'll do one more for good luck. 5. Okay. And chips. You can get chips anywhere. My wife happens to be gluten-free, so she does ask about the chips a lot. But I think almost all corn chips are gluten-free. So, but anyway, you can use your Tostitos and pay $4 a bag, or you can get Santitas and pay $1.99 a bag. Totally up to you. And for some reason, they don't seem to be all broken up like the others as much. And just put your chips on the plate. Well, there's a few broken there. Spread out your celery a little. I guess you could use other vegetables too. Like my wife was saying, if I wanted to do carrots, I could do carrots, whatever. But celery seems to go best with this dip. You can do a few more chips here, fill it in. And I don't know about presentation. What do you think? Is it that bad or not bad?
I think it looks just terrific.
That looks fun. So there you go. So then you just throw foil over it. You show up at the party. You bring your extra dip to put in the middle, and voila! You've got your chicken dip, and you serve it right away. And everybody, it's like crack brownies. Everybody eats it quick because it's you get hooked into the hot flavor. I think that's what happens, don't you?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they were in the oven probably about 11 to 12 minutes. We took them out to cool a little bit. I've plated them. As you can see, we have the eggs and the yolks are a little runny in here, which is fine. If you like them a little harder, just keep them in the oven a little bit longer. And they pop out nice and easy. As you can see, the prosciutto makes like a cupcake tin, the muffin tins.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now these are great for breakfast. They're good for brunch.
Yeah.
As I said, if you do 12, it's one person or 2 people, they refrigerate nicely, and they're just in the microwave for a few seconds just to heat them up to temperature. So we don't have any taste testers today, so I guess I'm going to try yours, you're going to try mine, and Laura Jean's going to try them as well.
Okay, that sounds good. So I gotta get you a spoon or a fork.
Well, look what you know, Steve.
And I got you a little
Because-
dish. I got you a little dish, and you got me a plate.
Yes. So, Steve, what kind would you like?
I'll have the non-runny one. So
It doesn't have to be non-runny.
I'll have the one that I get it.
Coming up from behind the camera.
Right.
Absolutely. Laura Jean, what can I do for you?
I'll take a running.
You'll take that. Okay. Here we go.
So you didn't talk about how healthy what you cooked is.
This is
And it's very healthy.
it's a keto recipe,
Yes.
and we did try it with
Really don't even
the
need
staff.
And they loved it.
And Barbara wanted me to use that nice bread, and I said, well, then it's not keto anymore.
No. But it's high in protein because you're using your eggs.
Using the eggs.
You've got spinach, which is great. You've got cheese, which is again good in protein. You just have a little bit of cheese, so you don't have to worry about
And we have the vegetable in there as
cholesterol.
well.
And then the vegetable in there as well. And then you got the prosciutto, which is also probably got protein in it and good. But that's for flavor.
Correct,
really.
it is.
Yeah.
And
borrow this. So good.
You enjoy that?
Oh, it's excellent. I mean, anything with the Italian ham
Oh yeah.
is just
No, I love it too.
excellent to me.
Well, Serrano ham is Spanish. That one works very well too.
Well, it's the same thing, right?
Hmm.
Pretty much.
Very good, Steve.
Is it too spicy though?
No, not for
Actually-
me. It's not.
Oh.
Look how perfect that egg is.
Oh wow.
Very runny.
Yeah, I do like that.
But you didn't have that
But I
kind.
didn't have that because
Very
it's
good.
breakfast. I do runny in the morning for breakfast.
Well,
Mhm.
this time you'd be considered breakfast for you because you're a sleeper.
You hear that, Zine? You want to taste test?
Zini, would you like to be a taste tester?
Nah, I just ate it.
Oh, Zini, this is delicious. That's really healthy. And this is good.
Is that what you made the other day?
Mm-hmm.
This will
that was
shake
good.
up your mouth.
Very good. I gotta do Steve's next. Uh-huh.
Very good.
Okay, you guys look good.
Okay, let me try yours.
So your voice is on there now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Whoops.
I love buffalo chicken.
Do you? See, yeah, I find people either love it or think they don't like it because it's
I mean,
tough.
my stomach doesn't like me when I eat.
Oh, okay.
It's so good.
Yeah, I think it's tough to stop eating too. You keep going and going. But with this,
And you know what I would do?
feel is guilty, right?
Very
Because
good.
that's the way I am. I would put a little dab of hot sauce on there.
Right on the egg.
Yep.
Those are
The last time that I made these, we had some fresh tomatoes from the farm. I put a little wedge of tomato on the top.
Oh yeah,
It was very refreshing.
yeah, that's really good. Well, this is the time of year for vegetables from the farm for sure.
I have to say, I think that chopper is key. I've made this before, and if you don't chop it well enough, it's kind of chunky, and this one's nice and creamy because it's chopped so
Well, this chopper, I will swear by this chopper, I
Mm.
do, but he swears by his electric chopper. So.
Don't swear.
I
We're still
won't-
taping.
I won't swear, but you say the electric chopper is easier, and I'm sure it is. This is, I guess, carpal tunnel would. If you had carpal tunnel, this would not be good, right?
But I mean, it
No,
works.
it's
pretty
good. It works really good, yeah. And they guarantee their stuff for life, I think,
Mhm.
don't they?
Mhm.
I have one of their pizza stones.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
I've had it for a long time.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for watching our segment today on the baked eggs,
And the buffalo chicken dip.
buffalo chicken dip. As always, we're open to suggestions, comments at 766-3734. And you know, Steve, I think we're going to start this via Zoom.
Oh wow, that's interesting. That would be great. Kind of similar to the way I do the exercise.
Absolutely. And then it'll be kind of interactive. If people have any questions.
I think it would be great.
But we have to behave ourselves because it's all going to be
It's
live. It's
I know,
live.
it's
We don't
live.
have the benefit
We're
of
not
editing.
gonna edit, no. But it'll be great, and that way we can talk to our audience more, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
smell bacon?
So until the next time,
With a mask on?
thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Have a great week. We'll see you next week.